I would just like to say this. Take off.
And we can now give you the details of the 4 people who have been charged in connection to East Kingston and Port Royal's MP Philip Powell's daughter and her mother's kidnappings and murders. Charges were laid today and the 4 appeared in court for the first time, where the details of the case were revealed. Here's Natalia Clark. She's been tracking that story.
This is how we got to the charges today. On September 9, news emerged that Philip Powell's daughter and her mother were missing. 2 days later, September 11, Powell offered $500,000 to anyone with information that could help to find the pair. Late in the evening, on October 5, our newsroom got information that 4 people were arrested and in custody at the Halfway Tree police station. The next day, 2 bodies were found in Walker Hill, East Kingston, believed to be those of Toshyna and Saraya. Today, the police confirmed the murders and that the bodies were burnt, likely the same day the mother and daughter were reported missing. A month after they've disappeared, and 10-month-old Saraya Powell and her mother, 27-year-old Toshyna Patterson, are confirmed dead. The prosecution told the Home Circuit Court on Friday that their key suspect, Leota Bradshaw, came to Jamaica for the sole purpose of ordering their death. She allegedly conspired with her cousin, Roland Balfour, to hire hitmen who successfully shot and burnt their bodies to a crisp. Leota Bradshaw has been charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder, conspiracy to kidnapping and murder. Roland Balfour, Roshane Miller, and Richard Brown all have identical charges: 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder, conspiracy to kidnapping, and misprision of felony. The indictment suggests Bradshaw began her plot on September 5 when she learned that politician Philip Powell fathered a child with Patterson. Bradshaw also has a child with Powell. She reportedly contacted Miss Patterson on Facebook and said she, Leota Bradshaw, is Powell's wife. She then advised Patterson that a DNA test is needed to confirm Saraya is her spouse's daughter. The very next day, on September 6, Bradshaw, who is a U.S. citizen, arrived in Jamaica and through her cousin contracted Roshane Miller and Richard Brown to fulfill the dastardly deed. She then allegedly met with these men at the Stony Hill home address where she was staying the night she arrived. The men also went to scope Miss Patterson's home the same night. These alleged criminals were reportedly paid $100,000 in the equivalent of US dollars and were promised another $400,000 after the job is complete. The men returned to the Stony Hill address on Thursday, September 7, to allegedly further discuss the execution plan. On the morning of September 9, the murder accused Bradshaw made several calls to Toshyna Patterson's phone. Bradshaw arrived at Patterson's home shortly after 7 a.m. The prosecution says evidence shows Patterson leaving her home and entering an SUV parked at her gate. She remained in the vehicle for 15 minutes, then the vehicle drove away at 7:22 a.m. The prosecution believes Bradshaw brought the pair to Stony Hill in the vicinity of where she, Leota Bradshaw, was staying and delivered them to her co-accused Richard Brown and, quote, other persons who are yet to be apprehended, end quote. The prosecution believes that the pair were then taken to Hills in Kingston East, where they were shot and their bodies burnt. On Friday, October 6, the police visited the crime scene and reportedly found blood, dried bones, and other items of evidentiary value. That's the extent of the prosecution's voluntary indictment for Leota Bradshaw and her cousin Roland Balfour. Their legal team, which included Deborah Martin, Bert Samuels, and Matthew Hyatt, say more time is needed to prepare and present their case. Mrs. Justice Simone Wilfries ordered Bradshaw and Balfour to return to court on December 1, 2023. Until then, Martin has asked that any update in the case be communicated through the court and not through the media. She accuses the police of providing details to the public before the defendant's team is notified. I'm Natalia Clark.
I would just like to say this. Take off my glass. To the women of this country, Jamaica, We are going to really sit down and make them blood clot, man, yeah. Continue to do these things to we. Philip Palwell. What happened to that little girl there and her daughter, Philip Palwell? What happened to that little girl there and her daughter, Philip Palwell? What kind of country this me come in? Me come grow up in and me love my country so much. And this beyond me now. And today, the Friday, the 13th, yeah. Jamaican women in this island. Why we are continuing to protect them dirty, man, yeah? Me could have be like that little girl there with her daughter. Me could have be one of them woman there. Me Queen IFRICA could have be one of them woman there. Where the defense for Jamaican women and children? No defense not there for Jamaican women and children. We are going to really sit down in another country and accept this from women them and some dirty woman. We feel like I say a cock or a dick more important than them well-being. We don't know what really go on the full 100 of the story with Palwell and them baby mother. Yeah. But one thing when me sure know, too much man, they in a Jamaica like Palwell. We have this whole heap of baby mother when we unite, we hate them one another and we do anything to kill them one another. Me was a victim of some of them type of baby mother there too. We just evil and just can't get over them man dick and just decide to just behave and hack anyhow because of that. Some of them all hate the pity them where they have for the man them. Real women of this country, me personally, Queen IFRICA, now be no lamb to no blood clot slaughter down here for a set of people when no love themselves, no appreciate the fact that God take favor in our way as a nation and bring we come so far to which part we reach right now as a country. And look how we look on the world stage. Look how long we are beg everybody say to pay attention to what we are doing because our country are crash. Palwell, PNP, how the JLP them not up in arms about them a type of sitting here. What really are going on in our fucking country? What really are going on down here? You think so we don't know and see what we now do? Watch and see if we know get way.
Bad virgin music. I just see pain on my feel. Hear me a send a man. Yo, mappy. I just see pain on my feel.